What's up, yo, Joe? How's it going? No coffee this time because it's actually 4 in the afternoon, but I just got home from Paul and I just want to make this quick video. So on my Twitter, I basically posted that, I've been noticing I've been getting more followers and stuff like that, and I appreciate you guys as well as the people that have been following me since day one, right? I've been on Twitter for like 2 or 3 years or so far, and actually, for something I never cared about, I really enjoy being on Twitter. It's been a lot of fun, right? Being in contact with you, right? So, as I've been noticing more new followers, thank you, and appreciate that everyone's been following me and so on and so forth. And, since I'm an editor, what tutorials would I like to be interested and stuff like that, right? Now, I got more likes and questions, but I mean, from like the 2 questions I got, they're basically very similar. So I figure, you know what, might as well like just answer them in the video, right? This is from OKJoelX, or JoelX, one of the two. He said, hey man, I saw that you're an editor for a YouTuber. How exactly did you get that gig? And if you don't mind me asking, what's a good base price for start asking? I already do videography editing for people, weddings, music videos, but I would like to become someone's personal YouTuber editor as well. Thanks. Right, so I did respond to him, and basically, this is something I brought up in past videos, right? But I guess since it's a question, I guess I can add more to it, right? But basically what I told him is that originally I wanted to become a VFX artist. That's mainly what I wanted to be, right? I was really into, After Effects and stuff like that. I really was into like 3D modeling and all that kind of stuff, right? I was also trying to get into like video game software like Unreal. I was trying to learn how to combine Unreal Engine with live footage, kind of like how they did with the Mandalorian, that kind of stuff. When I was going to college, I met some friends, and through those people, and through that friend, I met Kyle, and through Kyle, I met Paul, and I met other people, but Paul eventually reached out to me and he asked me if I can work more consistently with him, right? I was like, cool, that's what I wanted, right? More consistent work, right? And since YouTubers is basically that, they're uploading videos consistently every week, right? So I said, sure, right? Now, at first, when I was working with Paul, it wasn't consistent. It was very sporadic, it'd be like 1 video a week, sometimes every other week. It depends, right? It wasn't very consistent, right? But as his channel started to grow and basically, I wanted to get away from construction because I was working in construction. After like a year or so, I pretty much reached out to Paul and I told him, like, hey, I want to work with you more consistently. Can we get something set up, right? So I can work with you in a consistent manner, right? And sure enough, he said yes, right? So I was able to quit my job, working at construction, and I was towards the end I was working at Walgreens, right? But I quit all that and I started working with Paul full time. Basically, what I want to say with that is that originally I wanted to become a VFX artist, right? That was, like I said, that's what I wanted, right? Since my path in life pretty much went towards me working for someone like Paul, I guess I was at a position in my life where I was like, you know what, this is going good. I'm happy where I'm at. I kind of made a decision. I really don't see why I had to piss away what I had going. Now, if I was very tunnel vision in the sense that if I was stuck to my guns, be like, no, I want to be a VFX artist. I want to do this. I want to do that. I could have continued that route. But the thing is with me, being in construction for as long as I have, I basically ran a business with my dad. And the thing I learned from that business is that nothing is certain, right? I learned to appreciate the customers that I had when I had them. And basically if they were paying well and they trusted them, they treated me good, I basically gravitated towards that. And that's something that I learned when I was working in construction. So when I started working with Paul, I just had that feeling. I'm like, I like what I'm doing here. I'm having fun. I got along with Paul very well. He's treating me with respect. He helps me out. Everything's going good with him. I just didn't see any real need to continue with my original goal, which was to be a VFX artist, right? I kind of liked how things were going working with Paul. So I reached a point where I had to make a decision. Either I quit my goal or dream of becoming a VFX artist and focus more on being an editor for Paul. I could continue being a VFX editor, but I have to not put as much effort working with Paul, right? So when I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna work for Paul and basically stop putting as much effort learning VFX and stuff like that, I made the right choice, right? And basically the thing that made me realize I made the right choice is basically when COVID happened. A lot of people were losing their jobs, staying home and so on and so forth, right? And during that whole year, in 2020, when everybody was stuck at home, Paul, even though he wasn't giving me much work, he still continued to pay me, right? Because his YouTube channel was producing enough to continue paying the salary, right? And I'm eternally grateful for him to do that, right? Because he couldn't have done that. Obviously, he wasn't giving me much work, so he didn't have to pay me, right? But he did. And like that just made me realize, this guy's badass. And if I would have gone working for a studio, I'm sure maybe I would have got by, but I mean, I could have got laid off, or I don't know what the fuck. It's a different story, right? But with Paul, it's just me and him. We're a small team and we're just good friends, and I'm super happy to work with him. So at least for me, it's more than just not wanting to work for a YouTuber. It's more about, working for someone that I can trust and have fun with, right? And basically there's a lot that's coming along with YouTube that I didn't expect, right? In the sense like the followers I'm having, this interaction I'm having with my followers and stuff like that, being asked questions and all that shit, working on my own YouTube channel. There's a lot that kind of goes into this overall work that I didn't expect, and I'm having fun with it, right? So I guess that'll be my answer is like, if you want to try to aim to work with a YouTuber, I mean, fine. At least for me, I guess I was in the right place, right time, because Paul was just kind of starting out. He just quit working at Newegg, so he's working more time on his YouTube channel. He already had a bit of a following, but he wasn't really that, quote unquote big yet. He hasn't reached his like 1 million subscribers yet, right? So I started working with him when he was growing, right? So definitely I was, I guess, quote unquote lucky for that. And I took advantage of it and I went for it. So and here I am. Pretty happy about that. And when it comes to price, like originally we started like $100 per video, but then like it went towards, actually no, it started with $50 per video, right? Because I didn't know how to charge it. I wanted to work. I also didn't have my equipment. He actually let me borrow a computer when I first started working with him, right? And then from 50, it went up to 100. Actually, from 50, it went to 70, and then it went up to 100. And then when I started working with them, I basically asked them, what, if you could give me like a flat salary that can cover my monthly bills, I can edit any video you want and so on and so forth, right? That way I can like quit my other jobs and be more available for him, right? And sure enough, like that's kind of been working out. That's another thing about working with a YouTuber is basically that you have to be available. There's no real schedule, and we and Paul, like, it's kind of hard to like keep a schedule because things happen. Say the power goes out or just something happens, life happens. So sometimes videos can get delayed, So there's been times where I have to like wait till like 6 in the afternoon for him to like send me a video. Then I'm staying up to like 10 at night to get the video done, to deliver it. So there's a lot of shit like that, but that was the deal, is that him paying me a salary, I'm more available to help him when he needs me, right? I guess something to keep in mind if you want to work for a YouTuber. You got to be prepared to be available when they need you, because it's not necessarily a real 9-to-5 job, so keep that in mind. All right, this other question, this is from Bender2590. He wants to know more about beginner tips, what programs to use, just basic stuff to get started, right? All right, do you have a phone? See this thing? There's a camera. There you go. There's a speaker on your phone, right? There you go. You already have like a camera with a speaker. There you go. You have a computer, right? Most likely you have Windows. A fucking thing that has a built-in like movie maker. I have no idea how it works, but it's there. You can start working with that. Basically, there's a lot of shit available for you to get started, right? When it comes to YouTube, I think people need to learn that I think personality is more important than the content itself, right? Now, obviously, don't get me wrong. People that take pride in their work, they have very high quality, Team Crispy kind of shit. They have high quality cameras, 4K stuff, good audio, music, and so on and so forth. But when it comes to YouTube, I mean, I think one of like the funniest fuckers I ever known, content-wise, is Grade 8 Under A. He has 3.72 million subscribers. And the funny thing about this guy is that he basically uses Movie Maker and MS Paint. And also when he records his videos, like he uses his phone to record his voice. And in one of his videos, he said that Eagle Raptor actually offered him a mic to increase the quality of his audio, right? But he rejected it because he just liked the overall routine or the sound of like his voice when he used his phone to record. Then he export like the audio, put it into like Movie Maker or whatever, and then he uses MS Paint to like do like the animation and all that crap. And yet his videos do very well, right? Why? Because the shit is funny. When it comes to like making videos, I think personality and the content itself is more important than like the equipment. And I think that's something that I want to end with, right? Me making my videos, little by little, I have been improving it. Now I got a better mic. Eventually I get a better camera. But more importantly, I'm getting more comfortable speaking towards the camera. I have more of a following growing in Twitter, and that's growing little by little. Every time I ask a question, I get more of a response. So there is a growth that happens, right? But, it's something that happens organically and it's taking its time, right? It's just not something that's going to happen quickly, right? So, but I'm having fun with it, right? And I'm not killing myself, right? I'm not getting myself into debt buying a bunch of expensive shit. And I think that's something that people need to be careful of, because if I was to like put so much money into my equipment, And if I don't get the views that I want, I'll probably get discouraged. And that's the thing you want to avoid, being discouraged, right? If anything, you want to get the rhythm of get something going, have fun with it, right? There's plenty of YouTubers that I follow that the whole video is just them talking in front of a phone, right? They put it on a stand and then they just have a mic and then they talk. And there's no editing. It's just like a long video take of them talking, which is another thing, right? You know, you can improve the way you speak, you know, that way you don't have to worry about editing that much. You just like be able to speak directly in one shot, get the video done, upload it, there you go, right? So there's plenty of YouTubers I follow that do that, right? You'd probably notice a lot of cuts in my videos, but that's just mainly me trying to keep the video short, cutting out all the dead space, right? And also I mess up a lot, right? But yeah, that's the thing. Don't worry too much about equipment. Just get fucking started. That's basically all you need, right? Yeah, like I said, grade A, under A, critical, you know, they basically, it's not that they don't put any effort in the videos, but they found like a rhythm that works for them and they make a content that's enjoyable to watch for the YouTube crowd. The YouTube crowd is completely different than actually the movie crowd, right? Obviously, grade A, under A, if he wants to make a movie, that shit's not gonna do well on fucking the big screen, right? But it works for the YouTube crowd, right? Yeah, anyways, that's all I have to say. So thanks for the questions. Like I said, if you guys want to like know more or ask me anything, I'm definitely more than happy to receive any questions and comments or whatever, right? So hit me up. Thanks for hanging out with me for a bit. Take care and peace.